Does the government work for us, or do we work for the government? The government is out of control. The debt is consuming our prosperity. The president is choosing which laws to enforce and whom to exempt from enforcement. Tonight, whatever happened to the Constitution? During the past 4 months, we have seen the breakdown of government as we have known it in America. In June, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled that police officers may lawfully break down the door of an apartment or home on the basis of what they or their dogs are smelling from inside the home. This is the same excuse for breaking down doors that governments in Eastern Europe used for generations, and we fought a Cold War against them for doing so. It might happen to your neighbor, it might happen to your children, it might not ever happen to anyone you know. But who would want to live in a society where that can happen? Sadly, we all live in such a place. It is here. In April of this year, while the Congress was on its spring break, President Obama announced that he was bombing military targets in Libya in order to prevent a humanitarian disaster. He claimed that our troops were not engaging in hostilities or war because none of them have been killed and because all of their killing is being done from the air and not from the ground. He said that it would be over in weeks, not months. It is now August. The United States military is still there. The killings from the sky have continued. Congress has behaved like a potted plant and has done nothing to curtail this, even though under the Constitution, only Congress can start wars. Yesterday, while the Congress was on its summer break, President Obama announced that he will decide in which states an ill-advised and no doubt unconstitutional Bush-era law called No Child Left Behind will be enforced and in which states it will not. He has no such power under the Constitution. Think about it. How can your federal rights and benefits be enhanced or degraded by where you live and at the whim of the president? Last week, the Congress, after months of wrangling over the government's debt, agreed to permit the president to borrow another $2.4 trillion, but decided not to decide what strings should be attached to it. Instead, the Congress delegated away its powers to a super Congress that will deliberate in secret and send recommendations back to the real Congress. And that Congress, without any debate or amendments, will simply vote yes or no. As a result of this crazy move, the stock market has nearly crashed. It has lost 15% of its net worth off its highest value this year, and the government's credit score has gone south. What the heck is going on here? Does anyone remember the Constitution? The police can only search and seize a home when a judge, not their noses or their dogs, authorize them to do so. The president is supposed to enforce all the laws equally and upon everyone, not subjectively and against his enemies or for his friends or for his political needs. And the Congress is supposed to deliberate on everything in public, with robust debate amongst all 535 members so that we know what they've said and what they're doing. Not just 12 of them in secret. And how can a problem caused by too much borrowing and spending possibly be cured by more borrowing and spending? Freedom Watch is your night watchman, and sadly, there is much for us to watch. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It is the baseline for all governmental behavior. Its guarantees must be honored or they are worthless, and its protections must be afforded, and its procedures must be followed, or we will have no law. And where there is no law, there will be chaos. America, I am sorry to say, chaos is coming. As I speak, there is chaos in England, in Ireland, in Portugal, in Spain, in Italy, and in Greece. There is chaos here in our stock market. There is chaos here in our economy. There is chaos here in our culture. There is chaos here in the federal government. The chaos is because the people we have sent to the government have ignored the supreme law of the land. Instead of following the Constitution, they have attempted to change it. Instead of long-term values, they have opted for short-term gain and quick fixes. Instead of openness, they have given us secrecy. If the Constitution means what it says, it compels freedom and openness and restrains the government and compels it to obey its own laws. If its provisions are not upheld when they pinch as well as when they comfort, what is the sense of having a Constitution in the first place? Tomorrow on Freedom Watch, Senator Rand Paul, live from Iowa, where he is campaigning for his father for president. From New York, defending freedom every night of the week. Good night, America.